if I had to just talk about a meal, I think it would be something simple. You know, I'm a fried chicken kind of girl with some potatoes and some gravy and biscuits. And that meal right there, I could eat and enjoy, and probably about 10 minutes later, I'd be asleep. My name is Dr. Michelle Boone-Thornton, and I am an educator, and I'm a mental health specialist, and I teach others how to go out into the community and do service and just help wherever there's a need to help. Our specialty is in the field of mental health, educating, making people aware, just bringing about a peace, and especially working with vulnerable people. In the classroom, I love to incorporate a mental health component because everyone in the world is being tasked with something. You know, I'm not saying that everybody's broken, but everybody has challenges. And as a whole, we've been taught just to kind of put our mental issues aside. Now, if we had a physical issue, we'd go get that taken care of. But mental issues is like just push forward and be strong. And so one of the things that around the world when I teach Transforming Your Reality, Removing the Mask, which is the series I created, is to deal with emotional wellness, and so that everybody can be whole, and my students go out and do the same thing. Mental health is important because people don't believe that it's important. And if we're not whole and sound mentally, we're working at a deficit. And so in order for you to be the very best that God created you to be, you have to be not only physically strong, but mentally strong. Absolutely. Well, the first thing we got to understand is depression shows up differently based on the situation and what's actually going on. And because we live in a society that promotes happiness, be happy, be strong, even when people are depressed, they don't know it because they're masking it. And so if you are depressed, one of the first things is you kind of lose the desire to just go out and do things that you would normally do. Basic things that, going out, meeting with friends, eating, have fun, all of that, that stops. That stops first. When you are continually sad, now don't get it wrong because things happen in life and you're going to be sad. But if there's something weeks at a time that you're sad, that is disturbing your sleep, either you're sleeping too much or you can't sleep, something is wrong at that point, and you really need to get some help. Counseling, therapy, whatever will help. Absolutely, absolutely. Not only just self-love, but self-worth. And if we understood just how valuable we are, not only to us, but to the Creator who created us, we would put that first. You know, we have a way in life of putting everything else first besides us. And people think self-love, self-care, soul care are all, but they're not. If you love yourself, there's nothing about that is selfish. That is why God put us here. This is the temple He created, and you have to take care of that. And you take care of that through the love you have for yourself. You have love for yourself, you respect yourself. You don't let others disrespect you. You know your worth and what you're bringing to the table in any instance. Well, we're looking at it wrong. We're calling it failure. We have to understand that you're not going to be successful in everything in life. The Bible talks about trials and tribulations. A trial can be a failure. And if you look at it the correct way, one way to learn the correct thing to do and what not to do is when you fail. because you learn from your mistakes. So if you never make a mistake, you're never really learning. And if you never make a mistake in life, you're probably not challenging yourself. So to challenge yourself, you will fail, but you can get over that. Look at failures as growth and not as something negative. Got it. I'm motivated to do what I do because I understand each day is a blessing. And when God wakes me up, which he doesn't have to do, I ask him, what are we doing today? Pretty much. And when I do that, he always brings somebody, one, that's either going to give me confirmation about what I'm doing, two, that is part of my assignment, and three, that I can see down the road through feedback that I get from people all over of how it's helped them. And so I'm just motivated to get up the next day to see what God has for me. Success is when you understand your assignment. We all have purpose, and we have all been given gifts. And so when you realize your gift and your purpose, and you understand God's timing, because that's where we get a little thrown off. We want to do it in our own time, next week, the week after that. But God has timing, and if you get out of line of that, he will close the door. So once you get in alignment with God, and you are working in your purpose, you will be successful.